All right, good morning, everybody. Just a little after 1 a.m. We do have a line of severe thunderstorms that will be moving into west central Missouri here over the next hour or so. Main issue with this line of storms are going to be the straight line winds. We do already have a couple of reports out there. One of 60 and another of 70 mile per hour up right around the Kansas City area and north Kansas City. So pretty potent little line that is going to be moving through here over the next hour or so. They did issue a special weather statement for some of the counties, looked like including Bates and Vernon County, just here within the last 2 minutes. Basically talking about this line of storms on the southern end of this line of storms, extended from Drexel to near Pleasanton to near Kincaid, Kansas, moving east at 35, wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. So that's actually for this area right in here, the southern part of the line. Right now, the strongest part of the line is about from Olathe all the way up to looks like right around St. Joe, right along the leading edge. It had been through Smithville, downtown Kansas City, and down to Overland Park. That looks to be about the strongest part of this line of storms. The part of the line that's going to be coming through Cass and Bates County does not seem quite as strong. About 50-55 miles per hour winds is all that I'm picking up right now on velocity radar. However, there is a severe thunderstorm warning out for Cass County, including the towns of Belton, Raymore, and Harrisonville, for about the next 24 minutes for hail, 3/4 of an inch or less, wind 60 miles per hour. They have in, hey Jordan, good to see you, buddy. They have included, actually Jordan actually asked if Henry County would be included in a severe thunderstorm watch here a couple hours ago, and that has become a reality. They have included Johnson and Henry County into the severe thunderstorm watch, and that will go through 5 a.m. This is the main reason for the watch is going to be this leading edge of this line. Once this line moves through, I would say that they will be canceling the severe thunderstorm watch, and we will also have another round 2 coming up tomorrow after late afternoon into evening, also for a similar setup, mainly just a linear line of storms. Hail and strong straight line winds are going to be the primary concern with those cells that will be possible tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. So just a kind of a brief recap right now. Cass County is the only county in west central Missouri right now under a severe thunderstorm warning. That goes until about another 23 minutes for hail less than 3/4 of an inch. Main threat being strong straight line winds of 60 miles per hour. I'm going to switch this over to velocity radar, which is going to be really hard considering Pleasant Hill, right here where this green dot is right here. That's the radar site, and because this line of storms is so close to the radar station, it's really hard to pick up the actual winds. Up here right around Kansas City, looks like those winds are approaching 58 to 60 mile an hour. Looks like just to the west of Grain Valley right now. The wind down here a little bit further south is going to be really hard to pick up. If we go to another radar location, unfortunately it would be too far away to get any good readings on the velocity. So it's going to be really hard to use this type of radar when it's so close to the radar location. But torrential rains all along the leading edge of this line, and pretty moderate rain even behind this line of storms out here, Topeka, Osage, Emporia, even behind the line. So very welcoming rain. We just don't need any damaging winds or large hail with it. We could always use some more of that liquid gold for the farmers. So most of west central Missouri, at least half of west central Missouri, is under a severe thunderstorm watch for the next few hours as this line moves through, including Cass, Bates, Vernon, Johnson, and Henry counties. St. Clair, Benton, and Pettis County are not in this watch right now. If this line continues to hold together, they could issue a watch here in about the next hour or two for those counties on the eastern fringe of west central Missouri. I do believe they will allow this severe thunderstorm warning to expire unless we start seeing a little bit more of a strengthening of this line from Belton, Olathe, let's see here, down to Gardner, this area in here. The strongest part of the line looks like it's about Smithville down to Kansas City, and Overland Park is the strongest part of this line right now. What I also do, I mentioned in a post earlier today, this morning, about the tornado threat is very, very small. Tonight, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and again on Friday, we do have a chance of seeing some severe thunderstorms. However, tornado threat is very small. These are all relatively elevated storms. They're going to be more linear in nature, not supercellular. However, the tornado threat, whenever you're dealing with severe thunderstorms, is never absolute zero. Sometimes when you have this solid line of thunderstorms that is moving across, you look for a bowing segment where it begins to bow out. That's a pretty good sign of strong straight line winds. That cool, rain-cooled air pushing out ahead of the line creates some severe winds in excess of 60 mile an hour. And also look for little circulations. Typically, it's going to be on the north side of the line. Typically up in this area, you look for any kind of small rotation. These cells are traveling at about 30-40 miles per hour, and sometimes you can get small little circulations that could cause a very brief spin-up tornado. So I do constantly look for any kind of indications of that. But this line is it's strong. However, it's not a how do I want to classify it as? There are severe thunderstorm warnings that are posted, but it's on the very weak side of a severe thunderstorm line of storms. So it is something we're watching tonight, and I thought I would go ahead and go live. We have not had any severe weather in west central Missouri for quite some time now, so thought, well, this will kind of keep me practiced up in the game, and for looked like we got 3 or 4 viewers on here tonight. You know, if anybody woke up by the weather radio, and at least I hope you got woke up by your weather radio if you live in Cass or Jackson County when a severe thunderstorm warning was issued for you, and kind of let you know what's going on right now. So it is beginning to enter into Cass County right now. That line of storms looks like it is the leading edge of the winds is going to be coming up close to Greenwood, down through Belton, Cleveland, down looked like probably right around Lewisburg, and then into Bates County. It'll be entering Bates County here probably in the next 30 minutes. Looked like we had a 68 mile per hour wind gust. Looked like it was recorded in Kansas City, downtown Missouri, by an official reading from University of Missouri, Kansas City. So potential out there to have some strong winds with this. Looks like that's the damage report. 1 inch tree limb broke. Time estimated right around 30 minutes ago, 12:47 a.m. If anybody has any questions, feel free. Chat is open. Feel free to throw a chat up there if you want to know if you have any questions, maybe possibly where you are at. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I think I am going to stay live at least until this line of storms get mostly the way through west central Missouri. I have 2 other computers going right now that I'm looking at. Actually, the radar from KCI. And I am keeping an eye on for any kind of circulations. And again, this is a very minimal severe thunderstorm warning right now. What I call minimal, even though there's really no such thing. But it's barely tipping the scales at about a 60 mile an hour wind gust potential with this line of storms. However, I am keeping a close eye. So, looks like leading edge of the winds right now, probably here in the next just few minutes, will be coming into Blue Springs, Lee Summit, and the Belton Peculiar area. I'm not seeing any indications of any hail with this line of storms. So this is going to be mainly a high wind event along the leading edge of this line. I'm going to zoom this out. Let's take a look at the big picture and see what's behind it. So as you can see, regardless, look like we're going to have a great chance to pick up some much needed moisture this evening, actually this morning. So a bunch of moderate rain is filling in behind this line, so we can at least be able to pick up a little bit of moisture, which would be a welcome sight for the farmers. I know a lot of them were out there trying to finish up hay before get the hay off the ground before this the chance of rain coming in tonight. So this is going to be a welcome sight to them if they got all that done. All right, let's take a look at a couple of these cells here. 29 mile an hour, 36, 36, 38. Okay, so let's we'll make it 35. Let's put a timeline on this. $35 mile an hour. Let's take a look here. Looks like Harrisonville at about 1:36 a.m. We've got Raymore at 1:40. Archie at 1:44. Garden City at 1:51. Adrian at 1:52. Creighton, Quick City, and Butler right around 2:05, 2:07. Ballard at 2:08. Urick at 2:13. Blairstown 2:13. Germantown, Chehaui at 2:22. Montrose 2:27. Appleton City 2:29. Clinton at 2:37. Deepwater 2:42. Windsor, Misty, looked like right around the 3 o'clock hour for you guys. Right around 3. Larry City, right around 3. Osceola, right around 3. So it gives you a little bit of an idea when this is going to be coming in. Looks like here, most areas in west central Missouri, except for our friends in Benton and Pettis County, look like it's going to be right around the 2:30 a.m. time frame. Right, looks like about another 9 minutes left of the severe thunderstorm warning for Cass County. They have not reissued another severe thunderstorm warning as of yet. I'm not seeing any kind of indications that they will issue another one right now. Looks like the winds are not from this radar, but from another software called Radar Scope. I'm looking at the winds, and they do not look like they're at the 60 mile an hour threshold for another severe thunderstorm warning or an extension of the one that currently is for Cass County right now. They do have a special weather statement for Bates County and Vernon County for up to 50 mile an hour winds, which will likely to see a large box issued for a special weather statement. Misty, there is some wind associated with it. This line is I don't think anybody expected this line to hold together. This started all the way back up into Nebraska and Kansas and was making its way down. Nobody really expected it to hold together as long as what it did, actually. However, it retained its strength, but with the loss of the heat today, even though I'm still showing right at 80 degrees right now outside. So with a little bit of energy still left out there, it's surviving. But I have a feeling as this line continues to move off to the east and southeast, I really don't expect it to hold together real strong. I think it's going to gradually begin to weaken a little bit as it continues the eastward approach, and I think that's kind of the reason why they're just putting out these severe thunderstorm watches for the counties next to it. Because I think they're thinking the same thing. They're thinking this is going to gradually weaken. Then that way they haven't issued anything for Pettis or St. Clair or Benton County yet. I have a feeling this thing's going to gradually weaken out and just be a large area of rainfall. But we'll take that. We'll take that any day. There is lightning associated with it. It's not a real electrified storm, only because these are mainly elevated in nature right now. I'm going to jump over and check Twitter, see if there's any storm reports coming in. There is a report. There's about 22,000 customers affected with power outages right now. So that is one thing that is mainly right around the Kansas City and points north right now. But 22,000 people without power right now. And of course, if you've been following the page, you know that I'm a little bit frustrated with Twitter. Elon Musk decided to limit or completely disrupt any non-for-profit organizations that have over 1,000 hits per month to help curb all the data and their servers going through Twitter, and of course Subby's Weather Talk, because so many of you guys actually go to Twitter. You look at my page; it's posted on the website. It's also posted on Facebook, and it hit that criteria, and it completely destroyed the software link to be able to get any warnings and watches to you. So hopefully everybody, and I had great success this morning once I made that Facebook page for advisories, and I've got almost 1,000 likes on the page. So that's fantastic. That's going to be a great useful tool. It worked tonight when a severe thunderstorm watch was issued. So it works. The link works good. So I'm really happy to get that back up and going again. But again, Twitter, they kind of pushed my buttons this weekend, so put a lot more work into it for me. All right, let's take a look here. So another report come in here about 10 minutes ago. 60 miles per hour winds in Independence in Jackson County. That was made by looked like a public report. So it's still packing a little bit of a punch. I think the strongest part of it is really the kind of in between. Really about Grain Valley. Going through Belton right now, going to be going through Harrisonville, and looks like it has started to enter Bates County, probably here in the next 15 to 30 minutes. Archie, Adrian, Butler. Looks like my weather radio is just now going off.
The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay, so they did extend out the severe thunderstorm warning to include Johnson County, including the towns of Warrensburg, for this segment of the line between Grain Valley and Belton that's moving off to the east-southeast for 60 miles per hour winds. So Um, that is a new severe thunderstorm warning. They did extend it out for Johnson County and West Central Missouri and points to the north. And looked like the storm is strengthened a little bit coming into Bates County here. We do have looked like a report of up to 1 inch hail coming into Bates County. So anyway, those down in Bates County, Adrian, Archie, Butler, that's going to be moving into your area here within the next 20 minutes or so. So I would not be surprised here in the next few minutes seeing the potential for another severe thunderstorm warning to be issued for Bates County. I'm going to check out the hail core. Looks like right now the hail core is in between Amaret and Amsterdam, and that's about nickel size hail. About the size of nickels is what that signature is showing, and again in between Amsterdam and Amaret near Mulberry. That's right along Highway Y. And of course, strong winds is another threat right now, of course, along the leading edge of that line. Really, there's another little hail core up. Looks like it just crossed I-70 over just southwest of Higginsville. But other than that, looks like the strongest hail producer is going to be again coming into Bates County. Okay, so just a little recap here. So we got a line of storms coming into West Central Missouri. We do have an active severe thunderstorm warning for the next 44 minutes for central and eastern Cass County, including the town of Harrisonville, Johnson County, including the town of Warrensburg, for the next 44 minutes for wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Take a look at Twitter again here. Looks like Overland Park had 54 mile per hour winds. So it looks like they're up to 29,000 people without power. I'm going to jump over here to Subby's Weather Talk website, and I'm going to look at, it's actually under winter weather info, and take a look at Kansas City or Evergy power outage map and see what Evergy is showing. So yeah, so right now it looked like 37,133 people on Evergy is currently out of power right now. So this wind is packing a punch. Looks like they have total customers out 37,133. Wow. All right, so it looked like, let's take a look at it don't look all that impressive coming through coming through Cass County right now, but you have to keep in mind right here at this green circle is the radar tower at Pleasant Hill from the National Weather Service that is actually picking up this radar. So this here there's ground clutter that is being picked up, and that line of storms is so close to it, it's hard to get any kind of readings right along this line here. So, but I will tell you, there's small hail, winds up to 60 mile an hour that looked like is going through Harrisonville as we speak now. It'll be going through Pleasant Hill, Lone Jack, Oak Grove, be coming through you here in the next few minutes. Down to the south, looked like Archie, Adrian, and Butler, all right along I-49. You guys, about the next 15 minutes or so, you should start seeing the leading edge of this line moving through. Looks like there's some picking up some of the hail core, some of these light purples here, going through Amsterdam, Mulberry. Looks like it went past Amaret, maybe up to nickel size hail. And again, this is going to be mainly a wind threat. There's not a lot of hail associated with this line of storms, mainly just a wind threat. Take a look at this picture in general, and I am starting to see signs that this line is starting to break up a little bit, which is good news from a severe standpoint, from a damage standpoint. It doesn't look like it's quite as impressive as what it was. Let's go back about 30 frames and take a look at this line coming in. It was pretty impressive coming across Kansas right here. Very electrified storm, starting to bow out a little bit, and as it comes across the state line, you can tell that it's starting to weaken up a little bit. So that's good news. As long as we get the rain from this, I think everybody's going to be happy. We don't need any kind of power outages. But even the lightning intensity has slowed way down with this line of storms. So that's good news. And again, we're gonna have a chance for round 2 coming up tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, into the overnight again. So similar in nature, possibility of strong straight line winds, maybe some hail. We could see some storms out ahead of a line. They're going to be kind of scattered in nature. That could produce some very large hail up to ping pong ball size, and probably another line of storm similar to what we're seeing tonight, but maybe a little bit stronger, move through west central Missouri tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. So that's something definitely to keep weather aware on. I do not expect the severe thunderstorm watch to just if you guys are watching this, let me know. Let me know that you're still seeing my stream here. It's showing that I have very poor stream status, so let me know. Make sure I'm still streaming okay for you guys. Can you guys still see my stream out there? Just throw a comment in the box if you can still. I think I got a good stream now. Just let me know in the chat box if you would, if you're watching this. Just let me know if you can still hear me, can still see me on here. Okay, thanks, Caitlin. Power out in Garden City. Good, thank you guys. I just wanted to make sure it. I had an error saying I had poor quality, so I want to make sure you guys were still seeing this. Power out in Garden City. It hadn't even come through Garden City yet. I don't. Could be affected by a major line around the Harrisonville area. Caitlin, are you on Osage Valley? Brianna, are you guys on? Are you with Osage Valley? Oh, you're on Evergy. Okay. It looks like right now Evergy, I'm looking at their outage map, looks like 37,846 total customers are without power right now. Yeah, I'm seeing 1,528 customers affected from Evergy down Highway 7. And actually that extends all the way down, looks like to Deepwater. It's showing that they're evaluating a situation, causes unidentified, and awaiting assignment down in Deepwater. So from Deepwater all the way up 7 Highway, all the way into Harrisonville and up into Cass County. Looks like Evergy's having a heck of a time keeping power on. 37,000 people without power right now. Okay, so let's take a look here and see what the current situation is. So again, we have severe thunderstorm warning for
central and eastern Cass County and Johnson County, including Harrisonville and Warrensburg, for about the next half hour or so. Main threat's going to be 60-mile-per-hour winds. We do have a special weather statement from the National Weather Service for Bates County, and that's going to be for winds to 50 mile an hour and small hail, which we can see. That's the part of the line right here, and looks like it is getting ready to cross I-49. So Archie, Adrian, down to Butler, you'll be under the gun here in just the next few minutes. It is not severe warned. I'm not seeing any 60-mile-per-hour winds associated with this as it comes in. However, 50-mile-an-hour winds and torrential rain will make it look worse than what it really is. So. And then if we look at the big picture here, some very beneficial rain coming in behind this line, stretching all the way up into north of Maryville, all the way down into Oklahoma, and we'll be moving through the area. So hopefully we can pick up a quarter to half inch of rain at least coming through for most of west central Missouri. Once this line moves through, I am relatively certain that they're going to be canceling the severe thunderstorm watch till 5 a.m. They will probably expire that early for just about all the counties as this line continues to march to the east and south, mainly because it's starting to lose its punch. You can see if we go back a few frames. That line was really impressive coming across eastern Kansas, and then once they hit the state line, you can kind of see that line beginning to dissipate and break up a little bit, not near as strong as what it was an hour ago.
The National Weather Service has issued a special weather statement.
Okay, so that was a special weather statement for Vernon County. That's right down here. And that's going to go for about 45 minutes for winds up to 50 miles per hour. Looks like a line extended from near Adrian to 6 miles southeast of Hume to near Redfield to 6 miles southwest of Chinooka, Kansas, moving southeast at 45 miles per hour. So Nevada, Fort Scott, Arcadia, Uniontown, Fulton, Deerfield, Harding, and Petersburg, and Interstate 49 between miles marker 92 and 107, you can be prepared for up to 50 miles per hour winds associated. That would be for this line right here that's going to be moving through. That's for Vernon County. Check out Twitter. I hope everybody had a good and safe 4th. Well, it does not look like that there's there hadn't been any reports of any other high wind gusts or damage along the leading edge of this line, so that's good news. The biggest issue we're dealing with right now looks to be power outages from Evergy. Over 38,000 customers without power right now, so they must have had a substation or two go out because of these high winds in Jackson and Cass counties. Yeah, I got the same app, Jordan. You must have Storm Shield also. I've got so many darn apps on my phone that goes off all at the same time. It sounds like a symphony going, playing some tunes. Whenever I've got it set for about 12 counties, so when that thing goes off, I got about 10 different devices to go off. Jordan, if you can hear me, I actually went out night before last to Wendy's, and I was going to introduce myself. I got a T-shirt for you, buddy. You've been really active on the page, and I appreciate that, asking some great questions. So if you think about it, let me know next time you're going to be working, and I'll run out there and I'll throw a shirt your way. I appreciate all the input on the in the group. Okay, and again, just kind of taking a look at this line, really starting to lose its punch along the leading edge. Really broken up now. And again, this is great news. I'm going to say we'll probably see less and less reports of any kind of wind damage or 60-mile-per-hour winds. Really starting to weaken along the leading edge. But the rain's still behind it, so great news for the farmers. We got a minute here. Let's take a look at the Today we were just under a very marginal risk to see any kind of severe storms. We're far enough away from the front. That's one of the reasons why this line is not holding up as across the state line, is because we're far enough away from the storm system. It doesn't have the ingredients needed to keep this line going strong. So we were just in a marginal risk for today, and then tomorrow we are in a slight risk, a little bit greater risk to see some severe storms tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night for all of west central Missouri. So that front's going to be right around our vicinity, and it's going to it's going to spark off another line of storms, maybe some isolated cells out ahead of it that could produce some hail to the size of ping pong balls and gusts up to 80 miles per hour. So the tornado threat, it's under 2%. Our main concern for tomorrow afternoon is going to be the wind and the hail. And I would not be surprised to see this upgraded a little bit more for our area to a maybe even up one more notch to a moderate risk in west central Missouri, because we're really going to be right on the line of where these cells originate tomorrow afternoon. So I would not be surprised to see a area of moderate risk from Springfield up through west central Missouri, right around in this area right here. I would not be surprised to see a moderate risk come out tomorrow for our area. And again, that's going to be for strong straight line winds and a possibility of large hail. Okay, Jordan. Well, if you think about it, shoot me a Facebook message or something if you're going to be there Friday or Saturday. Let me know, and I'll run you out a shirt, buddy. It looks like just southeast of Odessa, north of Warrensburg. Radar is picking up the possibility for some hail, up to 1 inch. That's going to be for those right around Lake Lafayette, and pretty much in rural areas in between Odessa and Columbus. That's radar indicated, and it doesn't look very strong right through here. But again, we're so close to the radar site that it distorts a lot of the data that the radar site, it sends out beams at an angle out to these storms, and depending on how fast it bounces back to the radar will tell the strength of the individual cells. But when it's so close to the radar site, it can lead to a lot of false positives and false negatives. So I say this line is actually a little bit stronger than what it looked like here on radar, but it does look like a little bit of a hail core up here right around Lake Lafayette. So we got some small hail that's going to be coming across 49 right around in between Butler and Adrian, actually, here in the next few minutes. Looks like about 0.75 inch hail. Not close to not quite severe level. Severe level 1 inch, which is about quarter size, so less than severe hail indicated by radar right now. No winds to speak of any magnitude. Some broad rotation right there, meaning that there is some elevated rotation, but that's what's creating and suspending those hailstones out just west of Butler, suspending those hailstones up into the higher levels of the atmosphere, until they become so heavy that they fall down to the ground. So there is broad rotation, but that's why we're seeing the possibility of some hail moving across 49 in between Butler and Adrian. Yeah, Misty, you're seeing lightning. That you're probably just picking up on these cells coming into Johnson County off to the northwest. Looks like it's right around the Holden Holden area and across 50 highway. So right now we don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings on the board right now, guys. So it looks like there's a special weather statement down in Vernon County for 50 miles per hour winds. I would say that for most of us that where this line has not reached us yet, we can probably expect up to 50 miles per hour winds and maybe some small hail along with this, but as of right now, no severe thunderstorm warnings on the board, and this line continues to weaken and kind of fall apart. But the good news is that there's rain behind it, so hopefully we can pick up a good quarter to half inch of rainfall, and then set up for round 2 for later on, late this afternoon into the evening hours on Wednesday, and hopefully we'll pick up another good half inch to an inch tomorrow afternoon. That'll make all the farmers extremely happy. So anyway, I am going to go ahead and sign off for the night and get some shut-eye. So if another warning should happen to pop up, I'll definitely be updating on the site. But the way it looks right now, I'd say we're just going to be in for some moderate rainfall here over the next couple hours. So thank you guys for jumping in here. Jordan, make sure you get with me on a message next time you're working, and I'll bring you out a t-shirt. But you got to promise me you wear it out in public. You got to wear my t-shirt. So everybody have a great night.